and just want to thank you guys for checking out all my shorts, all my videos, and everything that has to do with physical therapy assistant journey. Okay, so I want to welcome all of you back to my channel. I appreciate you so much. Okay, so let me guys, I've been sharing a lot of things with us, and if you notice me looking over here, is because I have a screen over here. I know I'm looking at you guys, but I also have this screen, a bigger screen that I look at for more information. Okay, so I've been talking to a lot of us about how we need to approach the exam, and today's topic pretty much is April NPTE PTA exam is fast approaching. It is fast approaching, guys. As a matter of fact, let me show you guys this real quick before we continue, okay? We have dates and deadlines, guys. Once again, I'm getting this information straight from fsbpt.org, okay? This information is coming straight from them. So, this right here is the 2025 dates and deadlines for PTAs. And it says here all deadlines are 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, right? So now we all know that every year we have four chances to take the exam. It's January, April, okay, July, and October. Now let me show you guys this real quick. Let me see if I can flip this camera around and let's look at some dates, okay? Let's check out some dates, guys. Look at that. Do you guys see that? Let me just scoot the camera over here, okay? I know you guys know all about this. Don't worry about what's on my table, okay? The January date is over, right? That's when I took my exam and I shared that video about how I passed the exam, okay? So I took mine in January, done. License, everything is active. So the second chance right now, what we're working on now is for all of you taking your exams in April. And the date for that is April the 1st and the 2nd. April the 1st and the 2nd, guys. So based on my calculation, we roughly have 6 weeks to get this thing, okay? We have 6 weeks to do our reviews. We have 6 weeks to start taking our practice exams. We also need to know where we stand with everything that we've done as far as what we've studied. So it's right there, guys. This information is coming straight from the FSBPT. Also, if you have not registered by this time, you pretty much have till the 25th, okay? Today is the 11th, so you have about 2 weeks if you have not registered, okay? You have to have registered by February 25th to take the exam for April the 1st or the 2nd, okay? So those are the dates right there, guys. I know you guys already know this information, but I just wanted to highlight a few things. Like I said earlier, practice exams. The key question for this video is, are you ready? Are you ready for this exam? If you're not ready, what are you doing to get ready? I know you're going to say, well, 6 weeks is a long time. 6 weeks is not a long time. The weeks are going to fly by, guys, and then the 6 weeks is here, and then there goes your exam, okay? So follow all the tips that I talk about on my videos, on my shorts, everything I've told all of us about the NPTE PTA exam. And guys, check this out, right? I want you to do your own search. You only have 6 attempts to get this. 6 attempts to get this exam. 6, okay? So I don't know where you guys are on the journey. If this is your first attempt, second, third, fourth, whatever the situation is, guys, you need to join the workshop, okay? Now, everything I talk to you guys about on this channel are things that I have experienced. Now, I've gone to PTA school. My program was 19 months, okay? Knocked it out, took care of it. Now, while I was in PTA school, guys, I went through a couple of things, right? In the classroom, we took a lot of examinations, a lot of quizzes, a lot of tests, okay? We did skill comps in the lab. I also had a chance to do some clinical rotations. I believe I did like 3 clinical rotations. 2 was more like at a skilled nursing facility, and 1 was an outpatient clinic in a hospital, okay? So I did my clinical rotations, guys. As far as the exam, I did the same thing. I had to study, sit down and study, take the exam, and pass. And so a lot of things that I share with all of us are all things that I've experienced. Like anything that you're going through right now, as far as like being in school, getting ready for the exam, and all kinds of preparations, everything you have to sacrifice, I've been through all that. And that's why I'm your PTA coach. Now, on my videos, guys, I've shared along the way my background, and I just want to repeat that because I know for a lot of you, you have not seen me ever before. You're probably wondering, who is this guy and what is he talking about? Now, let me talk about my educational background. I have an associate's degree in physical therapy. I am a licensed physical therapist assistant in the state of Texas. I also have a bachelor's degree, okay, in business finance from the University of Houston. I also have a master's degree in health services from Keller Graduate School. Keller Graduate School is under the umbrella of DeVry University. So that is my educational background. Now, the second reason I told you guys that I'm a coach and not a tutor, and for a lot of you that are tutors, I'm not knocking what you do, but I am a coach, right? Because I guide you through the journey. For a lot of you thinking about going into school, a PTA school, or you are in school, you're trying to stay alive, right? Or you've gotten through school and it's time for this guy, okay? The state board exam. I am your coach for that, okay? Because I've been through all those steps to get to where I am today. And guys, this exam is not a walk in the park. I've said that so many times on my videos. This exam is not a walk in the park. I've also told you guys in the videos, anything in the book that you're studying, whether it be the ebook or the actual book or the apps or the sites that you're using to study, they're all important, okay? I cannot discount one over the other. Once again, anything in the book is fair game. Anything, guys. Do not overlook anything when you're studying. Well, at this point, you should be reviewing because you got 6 weeks. For those of you taking this exam, in 6 weeks, I would assume that you've already studied, right? Because we have 6 weeks. This is the phase of taking your practice exams and finding out where you are. So, for example, this book is 1,000 pages. Do you guys think if I randomly open up a page, do you guys think this is important? Wheelchair mobility? Do you guys think these pictures are important? Yes, they are. Okay. Let me randomly open up another page. What is that, guys? What is this? What is this over here? Okay, talking about blood cells and all that stuff. Do you guys think those things are important? I'm just randomly opening up pages, guys. But guess what? Do not skip over anything. What about the muscles? Of course. We're going to school to become a physical therapist assistant. Yes. So do not discount or overlook any pictures, any diagrams, anything that you see in here. Do not overlook it, guys, because it is fair game. It is fair game, okay? And then, excuse me, guys. When you start to take this question of the day, I would recommend you guys download this app. Once again, I'm not being sponsored by Score Builders. I'm just showing you guys the things that I've used to be successful. Okay, right there it says it's free, okay? Like seriously, okay? This study app is free. So guys, download this app. It's called PTA 365. Every day at midnight, they drop a question of the day. Download this app and answer the questions. One thing you're going to notice on this app, when you answer the question, it's going to tell you whether it's a basic question, whether it's an intermediate question, or whether it's an advanced question. It's very important, guys, because think about it. A lot of things that you and I have learned in PTA school, right? They fall in 3 major categories as far as like questions. One could be like a basic question. I know I like to talk about cranial nerves all the time. They could be asking you, for example, a basic question about the cranial nerves, right? I don't know why I'm doing this, guys, but they could ask you a basic question about the cranial nerves. What could be a basic question? They could say something like, oh, we're trying to test if the patient is able to, we're trying to test their visual fields. What cranial nerve are we testing? Of course, you know, it's the optic nerve. That's the basic question. There could be more intermediate and advanced questions on cranial nerves, right? Everything in there is fair game. Now, for example, going back to this example of cranial nerves, a lot of students get cranial nerve 5, which is the trigeminal nerve, and cranial nerve 7, which is the facial nerve. A lot of students get those two confused, and it's fair game on the state boards. It's fair game. On the cranial nerves, also, guys, people get mixed up when it comes to the 12th, which is the hypoglossal nerve, and also your vagus nerve and glossopharyngeal nerve. Okay, people get it mixed up. Why? Because it has something to do with the mouth. But you have to go back and read and get the answers. So a lot of times, if you think about it, we've learned 5 major things, okay, throughout our journey of being in physical therapy assistant school. Number 1, musculoskeletal system. Number 2, cardiovascular system. Number 3, okay, is nervous system. Number 4, non-systems. Number 5, other systems. We've learned 5 major things in a span of 2 years. Okay, also in that we have equipments and we also have safety and professional responsibilities, right? So when we get these questions, okay, sometimes I feel like these questions are testing our ability to add or to put together all those things we've learned and be able to answer a question, especially when it comes to those advanced questions, okay? So once again, guys, I can't say it enough. How would you know exactly where you stand with this exam? You have to take the practice exams. Now, a lot of places or channels on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram and TikTok will tell you, hey, make sure you take the Pete exam. Now, just to be transparent with all of you, I did not take the Pete exam. I'm not saying you should not take it, but I did not. I took practice exams. I took a minimum of 3 practice exams before taking my exam. A minimum of 3. Okay? Practice exams. And why do I ask you guys to take all this? Think about it. The actual exam is going to be about 4 hours. So that's why when you take a practice exam, I want you to do the same thing. It's going to be for 4 hours. Now, once again, when you take that exam, guys, I want you to treat the practice exam like it's a real exam. So I want you to find a place that is quiet, no interference, okay? Nobody's bothering you, whether it be the library or maybe in your house. You have a little office or room in your house. I want you to lock that door, okay? Put your phone away. Don't put anything on the table, okay? Treat it like a real exam. Go through the first section, second section. You take your official 15-minute break. You go to the third section, and then you do the fourth section. Why am I telling you to do all these things? Number 1 is going to test your endurance. Number 2 is going to test your faith. Number 3 is going to test your knowledge. Number 4 is going to give you a very good assessment of where you are. Because when you finish the test, or the exam rather, it's going to give you a grade. And the grade is going to be broken down into a lot of phases, right? One is going to be like your overall score. Another one is going to be a breakdown of how you scored on every section. It's going to give you a detailed report. You need to have that report so you know, okay, oh, wow, I'm doing so well in non-systems. Maybe I don't need to spend as much time. Maybe I need to go more to cardio where I'm having a lower score. But you have to, guys. Do not make any assumptions on anything. Don't. Think about it, okay? If you score 400 2 times on the exam, you might not be allowed to continue with the exam. I'm not talking about the day you're taking the exam. I'm talking about after you got your score. If you score 400 or lower 2 times in a row, once again, also, you have 6 attempts to take this exam. Just 6. It's not me saying, you can go check it out for yourself. 6 attempts. Also, you can only take the exam 3 times in a row in a calendar year. So for example, let's go back to that calendar, guys. Let me show you something on the calendar real quick. Sorry, guys, that's me on YouTube. Here we go. Let's say, for example, you took the exam on January the 8th, okay? You did not pass. You took it in April. I'm just giving you guys an example. You take it in April, you don't pass. You take it in July, you don't pass. You will not be allowed to take it in October. Okay, you will not be allowed to take it in October. And once again, search it up, guys, because I think the state board feels like you might need more time to study. Okay, so you will not be able to take that exam until January of 2026. That's if you fail 3 times in a row. Okay. Same thing. If you felt like April, July, October, then you have to wait the following year to take the exam. So it's a calendar year. That's the way they count it. Okay. So I don't want you to be the person that scores a 400 on your state board. It's devastating. It does a lot to your morale. It keeps you low. It makes you feel like, man, I don't really know anything. Like, what's going on? And honestly, guys, if you're scoring that low, below a 400, yeah, a lot of things need to be checked out. It's either we're not spending enough time on our studies. It's either we're not comprehending the material. Something is missing. It's either we're not taking practice tests. There's a missing link somewhere. Okay, so you need to get with me, guys. My email address is in all the videos that I've dropped. It's akaluso40@gmail.com. Also, if you have friends in the same class, if you guys want to get together and have like a group section or group workshop with me, we can also do that. But you need to get the help ASAP, guys, because think about it. You've gone through what I feel is the challenging part, okay, of the whole journey is the school. And why do I say it's the challenging part? Think about it. I just said it earlier. In less than 2 years, you've gone through neuromuscular, okay, cardiovascular, musculoskeletal, non-systems, other systems, a lot of information, a lot of quizzes, a lot of tests. Skill comps, you've done the clinical rotations. You've done all those things. So I feel like the hardest part is behind you. You guys can do this. You're trained for this. You are absolutely trained for this. So guys, as we approach this exam, and I still ask the question, are you ready? Don't procrastinate on anything, guys. Anything that you have not studied yet, please, guys. As a matter of fact, it's 6 weeks left. You need to really hop on it. If there's any chapter in this book that you have not read at all, and you keep saying, I'm going to put it off to the last minute, don't do that. Don't do that. We have to go into this exam and pass. Honestly, guys, I just want all of us to win. I want you to walk in there with with a huge confidence in your heart, like you can do this. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do. That is all I want you to do. Go in there and answer these questions. And it takes strategies, right? It takes tips. It takes wisdom. It takes a certain mindset to get you there. I don't want you to be in that exam hall and be like, oh man, the PTA coach told me this. I wonder why I never looked at it. Oh, the PTA coach, he did mention that one day and I just never looked over it. Oh, what do I do now? I don't want you to be that person. I don't want you to be that person. I've said this a lot of times on pretty much all my videos. In the workshop, guys, it's not lecture time. You've been through the lectures. You've been through lectures in school. You know, when the professor stands up there and talks to you guys about certain topics, the muscle, the bone, the ligaments, the this, the that. You've been through all the lectures. I'm not going to come back here talking to you about lateral epicondylitis and all that stuff. You know that already. You can read that for yourself. But my goal is to show you the process of your test taking skills. How can you use all the things that you know to go in there and just knock out? I tell you guys all the time, you have to go in there and fight. When we fight, we win. That's what we do. You have to persevere. And you have to do it. And think about it, guys. This is once in a lifetime. Once in a lifetime. You pass this exam, you don't have to retake the exam. Pass it one time. All you have to do every 2 years, like for me, all I have to do is every 2 years, just renew my license. My license is good for 2 years. And what does it take to renew the license? I have to make sure I do my continuing education credits, have that completed before the expiration of my license. Complete that, fill out the application for renewal, submit my continuing education credits with my renewal, and my license is renewed. That's all it takes. That is all it takes. And guys, don't worry about jobs. I can tell you for sure, don't worry about jobs, because I just got my results the week we had snow here. Okay. And so, guess what? A few days ago, I believe on Tuesday of last week, I went for the orientation of one of the contracts that I signed. It was that quick. All I had to do is walk in there and say, hey, I'm a PTA. I have this license. They asked for my ID. I gave them. They went on the state board, checked it out. The name matches, everything matches, shows that I'm active. The next thing I did was fill out paperwork. And now I'm all set to go. I also have other contracts lined up. We've gone through the paperwork phase. All I'm waiting for now is for them to send me a list of patients. That's it. So whether you want to work in the home health setting, you want to work in an outpatient clinic, you want to work in inpatient, you want to work in a skilled nursing facility, or you want to do some traveling, you can actually do that. You can actually do that. There's work. Okay, so don't worry about the work part. I want you right now to focus on the exam. Focus on that exam, okay? Focus on that exam and get it. And guys, it is just a great feeling. I tell you what, the day I checked my exam scores to find out if I passed, and when that screen showed passed, it felt good. It felt so good, guys, because for weeks, all I was doing was studying. I was spending so much time in the library, hours and hours and hours. And so that day when I passed, guys, when I looked at this book, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't need to study this book anymore. I don't need to go through all these things anymore. I don't need to flip to this app anymore. Guys, I was doing everything. I was studying this book, doing the app. I was going on YouTube and watching videos. And I was actually taking other practice exams out there, other practice tests and quizzes. I was doing everything I can lay my hands on. I was taking exams on those things. Okay. So it feels good now that I have my license. I'm ready for work. I can move on and do things, and I can actually spend more time with all of you, showing you how to go out there and succeed. So all you have to do is book a session with me, a workshop session, whether it's one-on-one or group, we can do that. You send an email to akaluso40@gmail.com, akaluso40@gmail.com. It's AKALUSO, the number 40@gmail.com. Let me type that information here, guys. I appreciate you guys for joining. And guys, if you have any questions for me, you can ask me now, or you can ask me later on when you send me the email. Okay, I'll just put here for coaching sessions. And then when you contact me, I'll tell you more about the rates and how it works and what we do. Okay, for coaching sessions, please email akaluso40@gmail.com. Okay, there it is. Okay. So guys, come in prepared, come in ready to rock and roll, come in ready to succeed. Right now is the high time. It's 6 weeks left. 6 weeks. Let's flip back to that calendar, guys. Let's flip back to this calendar right here. Boom. This calendar. Okay. So the one for January is done. What we have coming up is April the 1st and the 2nd. We have July the 8th and the 9th. We have October 8th and the 9th. Okay. Those are the dates for 2025. So pay close attention to the registration and payment deadlines and all the other information they have on here. Make sure you pay attention to all that. All that right there is important. Okay. fsbpt.org. fsbpt.org. Pay close attention to that. All those deadlines are very, very important. Okay. Yeah. So that's just what it is. We want victory. We know what it takes to get you victory and get you there. So do all the necessary things you need to do to be successful. And do me a favor, guys. When you watch YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, if you see any videos of people talking about how they failed, please, guys, now is not the time to, please, I would recommend. Don't watch those videos about people talking about failing, please. It's amazing how the mind works. I don't want you watching that and then you start to feel, well, I'm in the same shoes with this person. I'm doing the same thing. What's going to happen to me? No. Tell yourself you already passed. Guys, I'll tell you one thing. Before I took that exam in January, I told myself that I already passed. I kept telling myself, I passed this exam, I passed this. I kept telling myself that. I kept reassuring myself. And each time I opened this book, went to the apps, went online and did all my studies, I felt better. I kept telling myself, I have passed this exam. I have passed, and that's it. I passed the exam. I passed the exam. Now, guys, when it comes to physical therapy, I'm not really necessarily new in the world of physical therapy. Now, if you notice on my channel, it's a new channel, yes. But I've been in this since 2016. Okay, once again, when you join the workshop and it's all of you get to know me more, I'll share my backstory about that. Okay, so I've been in the game since 2016. Okay, 2016. All right, guys. Let's see how we're doing on time here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. We got about 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left, and I'll wrap this thing up. 5 minutes left. So yeah, watch the video that I dropped, I believe, 10 hours ago. I talked about how the NPTE PTA exam is not a joke, and it's not. It's really not a joke because the things you feel like they might not ask, they might ask those things. You'd be surprised. The things that you've overlooked or I've overlooked or we just didn't pay close attention to, they might actually ask about those things. So everything is important, guys. Everything needs to be thoroughly studied. Use the word. I'm actually coming up with an ebook. It's more like a study guide of every single chapter, like the top 50 things or so of what's important if it's musculoskeletal based on how many questions on the average that they ask. I've come up with questions I feel are very important for us to know, things we need to know, like a study guide. Okay, I'm working on that right now. I appreciate you guys for being patient, but it doesn't stop the workshops, right? The workshops will proceed. Okay, they will proceed. So I'm working on that, and yeah, just working on that on a lot of things. And of course, like I said, if you look at my channel right now, it says 50 subscribers, and then people will probably ask the question like, "You're a PTA coach, you only have 50 subscribers." Well, this channel itself is new. This channel has actually evolved. Okay, so it's a gradual process. But like I said, I've been in the world of physical therapy since 2016. Okay, so I am your coach, and I'm here to see that we all go out there and succeed. Okay. All right. What else do I want to share with you guys? I already talked to you guys about the dates and everything else that we need to know. So that's just what it is. So please, regardless of wherever you are in life, as far as like the PTA journey, I'm here for you. A lot of the things that you want to share with me, like if you have challenges in school and you're trying to figure out how to succeed, or right now, if you already took one of your practice exams and you got your scores and you want me to take like an assessment of how you're doing or give you some tips and pointers of what to do and how to go about it, I'm your coach. Okay, I am your coach. All right, so what else do I want to talk about? So guys, yeah, like I said in my workshops, we do not go through lengthy slides. No. Our workshops are 1 hour to an hour and a half minimum, and it's I call it power packed, the knockout punches. Okay, the knockout punches that we need to really go and knock this thing out and get it. Okay, so it's packed with good information. It's packed with tips, strategies. Even if you encounter a question and you have no clue, okay, I show you guys how to navigate to give yourself the best chance to answer that question correctly. Okay, so that's just what I do. That's just what I do. Okay. All right, guys. So we're about to wrap things up. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll be bringing you guys more content regarding the PTA journey. Okay. If you have any questions after this, you can reach out to me anytime. It's akaluso40@gmail.com. Absolutely, you can reach out to me and ask me any questions that you have. Even on this video, guys, you can actually drop a comment and I can follow up there. All right, guys. So I have to go at this time. Tomorrow, I'll bring you guys more information regarding this. I want you guys to go out there and really Fight. And I want you to go out there and experience victory. All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.